Here are 47 shocking facts about French Guiana. 1. French Guiana is the only place in the world where French is the official language, but it's located in South America. It's considered an overseas region of France, which means it follows French laws. The region is an integral part of the European Union, even though it's thousands of miles away from the European mainland. It adheres to EU regulations on everything from trade to currency. 2. The infamous Devil's Island, part of the Ile du Salut, housed prisoners from 1852 to 1953. It was known for its harsh conditions and isolation. The island is now a tourist attraction with historical significance. 3. French Guiana is home to one of the busiest spaceports in the world, the Guiana Space Centre in Kourou. It is where the European Space Agency launches many of its missions, making it crucial to global space exploration. 4. Although French Guiana lies in South America, it shares borders only with Brazil and Suriname. It has no other neighboring countries, making it geographically unique. French Guiana is part of the Amazon rainforest, covering over 90% of the territory. Its dense biodiverse forest houses thousands of plant and animal species, some of which are still undiscovered. 5. The region has an extremely diverse population that includes people of African, French, Indigenous, and Asian descent, reflecting its colonial history and complex social fabric. 6. There is a significant illegal gold mining industry in French Guiana. This activity has led to massive deforestation and pollution of rivers with mercury, posing a serious threat to the environment. 7. French Guiana has a high level of biodiversity, with species like jaguars, giant river otters, and tapirs calling its rainforest home. It's one of the best places in the world to see wild tropical wildlife. 8. The region's climate is hot and humid year-round, with temperatures often exceeding 30 degrees Celsius, or 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and rainfall occurring almost daily, contributing to the region's lush, green environment. 9. The indigenous people of French Guiana have lived there for thousands of years. Their culture is integral to the region's identity, though they face issues related to land rights and political representation. 10. Despite its natural wealth, French Guiana remains one of the poorest regions of France. Its GDP per capita is much lower than the French mainland, and unemployment rates are high. 11. The French Guiana Space Centre is so important to European space exploration that it even serves as the launch site for NASA's commercial satellite missions. The region's location near the equator gives rockets an extra boost for orbital launches. 12. The region has some of the highest levels of crime in France, particularly in the capital, Cayenne, where gang-related violence has been a growing issue. French Guiana is a popular destination for illegal immigration from neighboring Brazil, Suriname, and beyond. Many people seek better opportunities, despite the harsh living conditions. 13. The country's infrastructure is underdeveloped compared to mainland France. Road networks are minimal, and public transportation is limited, especially in remote areas. 14. There are more than 50 illegal gold mines operating in the region. These operations pollute rivers, erode landscapes, and destroy forests, which is a serious problem for the environment. 15. One of the most shocking facts is that the infamous French penal colony on Devil's Island housed political prisoners, including Henri Charrière, whose memoir Papillon became famous worldwide. 16. French Guiana is home to the largest and most complex mangrove ecosystem in the Caribbean. These wetlands provide shelter for a wide range of wildlife, including sea turtles and various species of fish. 17. It has a very high rate of diseases like malaria and yellow fever, which are prevalent due to the tropical environment. Travelers are advised to get vaccinations before visiting. 18. The population of French Guiana is relatively small, with about 300,000 people, but the region has a rapid population growth due to migration from neighboring countries and natural population growth. 19. The official French legal system is applied in French Guiana, which is quite distinct from the systems in South American countries. This includes French civil law, which shapes its judicial and legal practices. 20. The region is an important site for scientific research, especially in the field of tropical medicine. Researchers often use it to study diseases like dengue and chikungunya, which are common in the tropics. 21. In 2009, a large protest movement called the L'Ensemble pour le Paix strike saw a large part of the population demand better pay, healthcare, and public services. The protests led to temporary improvements, but also highlighted the region's dissatisfaction with French governance. 22. The region's rainforest is also home to rare and endangered species of amphibians, birds, and reptiles. Its ecosystems are crucial for global biodiversity conservation. 23. French Guiana's education system follows the French curriculum, but the region's schools often face challenges due to underfunding and overcrowding. 24. Despite being a French territory, French Guiana uses the euro as its currency. This makes it unique among South American nations, all of which use local currencies. 25. Many of the locals speak French, but the indigenous populations often use their own native languages or Creole. The linguistic diversity in French Guiana is a reflection of its complex cultural makeup. 26. French Guiana has one of the largest prison populations in France. The notorious Camp de la Transportation housed criminals until 1953, and the modern-day penal system is still a significant part of the region's infrastructure. 27. French Guiana's economy depends heavily on public sector jobs in the space industry. However, illegal gold mining, logging, and fishing also contribute to its economy in an unofficial capacity. 28. It is one of the few places in the world where you can find wild jaguars. These big cats thrive in the dense forests, making French Guiana an important location for wildlife enthusiasts. 29. French Guiana's high humidity and constant rainfall make agriculture difficult. Despite this, crops like rice, cassava, and bananas are cultivated in the region. 30. The French government provides a significant amount of funding to French Guiana, but it is still underdeveloped in many aspects. The government has been criticized for not doing enough to address the region's economic issues. 31. French Guiana's proximity to the equator makes it an ideal place for space launches. The speed of the Earth's rotation is faster near the equator, providing a boost to rockets. 32. French Guiana has an extremely rich cultural heritage, influenced by a blend of indigenous, African, European, and Asian cultures. Festivals, music, and dance play an important role in local life. 33. The population density in French Guiana is extremely low compared to France. Most of the territory is sparsely populated due to the vast forests and marshlands. 34. French Guiana has a rich history of resistance, particularly among the Maroon people, who were descendants of runaway slaves. These communities fought for their freedom from colonial powers. 35. There is a vibrant Creole culture in French Guiana, influenced by African, Caribbean, and French traditions. The region's Creole language is still widely spoken. 36. The golden frog is a rare and endangered species that inhabits the rainforests of French Guiana. Its bright yellow coloration makes it one of the region's most iconic species. 37. The region's rainforests are crucial for climate regulation. They act as carbon sinks and help reduce the global effects of climate change. 38. French Guiana is one of the few regions of France where a local French Overseas Assembly exists. This body manages local affairs, but ultimately answers to the French government. 39. One of the most famous dishes in French Guiana is curry poulet, a spicy chicken stew influenced by African and Caribbean cuisines. 40. French Guiana has a population of mostly French nationals and Creoles. There is also a small Asian population, particularly from China and India, contributing to the multicultural character of the region. 41. The capital of French Guiana, Cuisine, is a hotbed of political activism, with frequent protests calling for greater autonomy and improved living conditions. The illegal mining industry is so pervasive in French Guiana that it has created environmental hazards, including mercury contamination in local rivers, which endangers both wildlife and local communities. 42. Despite its remote location, French Guiana has several well-preserved historical sites, including the remains of the penal colony and old forts used to defend the area against invaders. The region is home to a growing number of ecotourism ventures that allow visitors to explore its jungles and unique ecosystems in a sustainable way. 43, French Guiana has a very young population, with a significant portion of the population under the age of 30. This demographic creates a unique set of social challenges. 44. The region is under constant environmental threat due to deforestation, mining, and urban expansion. 45. Efforts to balance development with conservation have been ongoing. 46. French Guiana is often called the gateway to the Amazon. 47. Its vast, untouched rainforest is considered one of the last frontiers for environmental research. Thank you for watching. If you found these facts about French Guiana fascinating, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more eye-opening content. We love sharing these lesser-known facts about places around the world, so leave a comment if you've ever been to French Guiana or if you have anything to add. See you next time.